Guys, here she is. Zero respect for the establishment, zero respect for the laws of physics. The Nissan GTR Nismo. Godzilla sitting here right behind me. The GTR R35 was released over 12 years ago. Now normally manufacturers will release a new model every 6 to 7 years, typically every 7 years, but Nissan has absolutely completely thrown that out the window because they understand that they have engineered and built something which is absolutely phenomenal, and that is the GTR R35. So the engine, the figures is what we love here as petrol heads. So this Nismo here, it's a 3.8 litre V6 twin turbocharged, producing 596 brake horsepower. Now I say 596, but quick fun fact for you, every single engine is hand built in an air control room to minimize any form of contaminants. Therefore the brake is always a little bit less or a little bit more than what they're saying. But on average on this you are looking at about 596 brake horsepower. Now the turbos in here have been upgraded. They're spooling 14% quicker than its predecessor, than the normal model, this being the Nismo. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now because those turbos are spooling 40% quicker, the output on this is absolutely brilliant. Now when I said it's tip of the iceberg, what I'm saying is this GTR Nismo has been fitted with 410mm front brakes. That is the biggest set of brakes Japan has released on a production car. And as we go further along the vehicle, there's a back plate here at the back which is there to reduce further gases from escaping, to keep that performance tip top. Guys, the shape of the R35 is legendary. Everybody knows when this is blowing down the road what it is, just because it looks so hard and it looks so aggressive. I mean the stance, that low slung roof, I love these cars just because you know what it is straight away, you know, and it demands respect. But our Nismo here, guys, is something else. Honestly, it looks absolutely 100% dominant, and you can see just from the styling, we've got this huge carbon fiber front splitter, air intakes, as here is presented in pearl white, and it looks stunning with all this carbon fiber. As we move further down the vehicle, come guys, don't be shy. As we move further down, you can see the Nismo Motorsport wheels, those golden brake calipers, as I said, the biggest ones to come out of Japan on a production car. Again, we've got the Nismo red with the carbon fiber side sills down here, the world famous GTR logo slapped straight there, so you know what it is when it's coming down. And here we go. I personally think, I think this is probably the best looking Japanese car, JDM car, to come out. And the back end on this, the way it just swoops and shuts, it looks amazing, guys. Look at those quad exhausts. Look at the size of those quad exhausts. And it just sits in tune with the circular lights back here. But I personally think the showstopper on this is this absolutely massive carbon fiber wing. Jeez, look at the size of it. But you know what? It looks phenomenal. This car is an absolute head turner. So guys, you know, before I tell you a little bit more about the interior and the comfort and all the kind of like tech in here, I just want to tell you a little bit more about the driving experience. Now, it's one of the strangest kind of setups you're going to come across because, you know, it's turbocharged, it's got an automatic gearbox, and you kind of think it's going to be a case of like point and squirt, do you know what I mean? Just look, point, and you're gone. But it's the complete opposite. This thing is breathtakingly engaging. This thing, you need to sync, as a driver, right? You've got to synchronize yourself with the brain of this car, and once you've got it right, once you learn your revs, once you learn how this machine wants to play and how it wants to move, you will have probably one of the best experiences you are going to find. This is Japanese engineered perfection. The amount of detail and the amount of effort and the amount of work and precision engineering Nismo's put into this, it's second to none. So I mean, I'm a big German fan, right? Always, but I would have this just because it's so engaging, it's so fun. You know, it's probably one of the most surreal experiences you're gonna come to, something that's road legal. You know, that kind of ticks all the boxes. It's just a phenomenal driver's car, and like I said, once you've kind of tuned in and you've learned how it revs and how it plays, it is so much fun to drive. Now, the previous GTR, it's kind of like, what's the best way to describe it? It's like a bit of a naughty police dog, right? It's well trained, but it's a little bit boisterous and it's a bit hard to rein in. With this one, the way the belt the Nismo has engineered this one, it's not going to bite your hand off when you have a play, but it still wants you to, you know, and it's the perfect balance. It's that engineering, it's that power, it's that comfort, it's that feel of when you're, I mean, the steering on this is fantastic. It's so well balanced. You're feeling the road, you're feeling the revs, you're feeling the chassis, you're feeling everything moving. So guys, honestly, I'm seriously impressed with the driving experience that the GTR Nismo has to offer. So welcome to the cabin of the R35 GTR Nissan Motorsport. A very, very nice place to be. You can see from the get-go, this thing is lathered in Alcantara. Every petrolhead loves a little bit of Alcantara, and they've got it in here all the way throughout, across the dash, across the roof lining. It's a very nice place. I mean, the seats Recaro, right? Recaro racing seats, carbon fiber backs, Nismo red inside, you know, and it's been updated. So the previous kind of like the R35s, about 3 years ago, they updated the interior, they cleaned it up and they brought it up to standard, and it looks very, very nice. I mean, it's the perfect balance. You know, we've got some simple buttons here which work, they do the job, but then we've got this new infotainment system here as well, which is all touchscreen. It's got its navs in there, it's got its menu, it's basically everything you need. It gives you all the vehicle information, your rev counters, it's all here for you guys. And the steering, like I mentioned previously, is so well balanced, but it's a really nice steering wheel, again lathered in Alcantara, red nude racing strip right here for you as well, and the world famous GTR badge. We've got, being a Nismo, we've got a little bit of Nismo stamping here, but it's quite humble, it's quite subtle, which is always a nice thing to see. And the main thing that I love about this car is the dials. It's not all crazy digital dashes and, you know, proper old school dials, easy to read. Because as a car person, when you're seeing your needles popping, pop, 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 hitting down, it just gives you that certain level of excitement, right? It just gives you that little bit more fulfillment. With the digital dials, yeah, they're beautiful, they're great. Something's missing, but with this, it's got it all, you know? When these revs and these pins are all popping and they're going and they're so easy to read, you're just feeling so much more engaged with the vehicle. So guys, with our Nissan GTR Motorsport, it's available here at the Elite Cars in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, and we can get this shipped out to you anywhere in the world to your front door. So if you've got any more questions about this particular car, feel free to DM us or give us a call, pop in and see us. You are always welcome, because we are always happy to look after you.